no one is supporting the president. No one wants the president to be there. But I have a question. I am among the young people. I'm Gen Z. And we are the people who are claiming for change and transformation for this nation. How do we want this nation to look like? Let's say, for example, if today the President, William Samoei Ruto, says or seizes power, who have you entrusted in this power? Who are we going to trust in that higher seat presidency? On whose hands are we safe? I want you to bear in mind that 2021, 2022, 2020 during Corona season, actually the second term of the former President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, he really did obnoxious things that angered the citizen of the Republic of Kenya, that we hated him so much. Even the Kikuyu people, they really hated the president for inviting in the former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga. After the 2017 tragedy, the people died because Raila Amolo Odinga was on the streets campaigning against Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. People lost their lives. And after the promises that we are going to compensate, even kale katoto kalipigwa risasi, that I'm going to compensate, at the end of the day, he didn't compensate. So, during Corona, funds were misused. Economy was very hard. Unga's price was 250 to 300. Sugar 1 kg, 300. Salad 1 liter, 400. Things were really difficult. And we said, you know what? We do not need this kind of a leader in power. So when Uhuru tried to say, let us support the Mzee on those hands that are going to be safe. But we said, no, we want somebody who understands the language of the people. Hustler. And they said, nimetoka Sogoi. Nimetoka Sogoi, mpaka nikafika hapa. Hiyo ni neema. God lifts his people from the grassroots to grace. And we said, we need a man who is going to trust, who we are going to trust, who understands the language of Mama Mboga, who understands the struggles of Mtu wa Nduthi. He went around. We, the Gen Zs, were very happy, saying, Ruto for 2022, Ruto, hustler. He won. Since he won up to now, there has been chaos. Since he won, there has been chaos. Maandamano, protest, teachers, doctors, citizens. We have been even lawyers. There has been a walk on the street campaigning against the decisions of the president. There has been. So we were warned by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. But because we were tough-headed and because of sympathy, then we voted in the one we are removing today. My question is, Now when he has gone, on whose hands are we safe? Because the young aspiring leaders are stepping down now, the likes of Morara Kibaso. Reason why? We cannot always be politicizing anything that is being done by the leaders. It is not easy to lead a nation that has no morality, dignity, respect. You cannot lead people who are obnoxiously behaving, who values sex, who are lazy. We are lazy, we. Some of those ones who are leaving nasty comments, I'm saying we. Understand English. So we have people who are, they're just negative. Negative. You just find a statement and then somebody post. You are there to comment. Anything negative, negative, negative. But we need good leadership. You are an employee. If you are irresponsible, if we, the employees, we are irresponsible, how do you want we are the employers and we are irresponsible? How do you want the employees to behave? Reckless, irresponsible, unaccountable, indisciplined. If the young people and the likes of Casmuel are now behind the bars of Raila, then on whose hands do you think we are safe? Raila Amolo Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka, Rigathi Gachagua, Kioni, Musalia Mudavadi, Matiang'i? On whose hands are we going to be safe? So do we think that we only have one disease in our political career? Do we only say that Ruto is the only problem? Who passes on finance bill? The parliamentarians, who are they? The MPs from your various areas where you come from. Those are the people pass bills in parliament. The president is to sign. So I think we have a problem. The approach to leadership is wrong. And I'm not saying this saying that I'm righteous or the president is right. But we, the employers, we have a problem about leadership. We actually don't know what we want. And we do not know where the problem started. The problem might not be in politicians. Maybe the problem is with education. What you are taught does not exist. Somebody tell you, you gotta get employed. Once you graduate and you have studied chemical engineering. How many companies do we have in Kenya that produces chemicals that need people like you? You have done your accountancy and you are on your paper they write you're going to start being paid 200,000. Whose company is that? Your daddies or your mummies or somebody else? We are all suffering, destroying my reputation or destroying my properties or my businesses can never bring you fortune or will never participate in changing the kind of leadership we have in this nation. If we want Ruto out, what is the strategy? Because there's no way we go on the streets playing hide and seek with the police. Ladies and gentlemen, let's be gentle as we say. We are learned somehow. We have some knowledge somehow. We don't need to be stupid somehow. And I know from inside you, when you keep quiet, there's something that you know about yourself. Yes? That you know the truth. You know you are lazy. You know you are depending from your mama who is poor too. We know we are irresponsible somehow. So once we point the fingers like this, we do not need to forget that the rest of the fingers are also pointing at us, that we are also making mistakes as employers, and we trust people based on how much they give us, you see. And that's why we did not decide to back up our own youthful leaders like Morara Kebaso. That's why we didn't decide to back up people like Kaskazini, even though he was confused somehow. Boniface Mwangi, confused element, who are just inciting you, paid, incite you. When you are in the streets, they are behind you when you are being shot. So, as the Kenyan citizen, it is time now we relax. Wale ni wachache, politicians ni wachache, sisi ni wengi. Tuangalie kwanza, kama tunataka kutoa huyu jamaa. Yes, I'm included. But what is the strategy? Because nikienda tao kama davano, utaniibia, we ni muizi. Unataka kuniibia simu, unataka kutuingia hapo Quickmart tuibe, unataka tuibe masimu huko shop ya Safaricom, unataka tubomoe parliament. Tufanyie nini parliament? Tufanyie nini State House? If we stand still, say, no business is going to continue until the Ruto goes home. Respectively, go home. We do not need your leadership. Go home. First day, we are not demolishing anything. We are not having any circus. We are standing still. Saying, you know what? Today is different. We are not fighting. What we're asking for is one thing. President, you must go home. We do not need you. That will be a deliberate change. But before we get there, who is our own? Who is our own? Before we continue to who is our own, change your characters, guys. Change your characters. Stop using matusi every time. Matusi, matusi. This will never change anything. Respect, dignity, discipline, responsibility starts with you. Accountability begins with you. Let's begin by changing the way we respond on social media. Remember, that is the platform unasema you are passing information through. So if you are passing wrong information, you want the person to listen? Oh no. So retreat. Change our characters. Matusi tuwache. So if the president is the problem, then what we need is very simple. Walk in the street and let the business stand still. When we are prepared, when we have our own, hapo ndio wazee wanaweza trust our government. And that's why unaona Uganda, Museveni amesema siachi Bobi Wine uongozi. And I think Museveni is right. Huyu ataingia huko, aanze kierere, to change invaders waingie. What do you think is going to happen? Terrible things in Uganda. So wazee will never allow kijana uingie pale. Never. And remember, hata wewe niko sure saa hii ukiingia huko watakuchukia tu, watakutusi tu, wataandamana tu. Kuna 2-3 people wana mobilize wengine because our minds are captured. Spiritually we are captured. We want to see ourselves. Ukiingia huko watangangana, watakupiga mawe. You see, wewe tu kuna akili mzuri, watakupiga mawe. Sasa hii mama usema want to be a leader, ndio utajua you are mostly hated. You see? So, please, let us make leaders. Let us produce leaders. Ndio tuanze kupiga kelele. Wazee hawawezi kubali mtu aingie huko juu aharibu Kenya. Are you able to negotiate with the Americans? Are you able to negotiate with the Chinese? Ama utawaambia tokeni hapa. Tokeni hapa. Nimesema tokeni. Kenya itakuwa chaos, itakuwa Iran with our shallow thinking mind. Itakuwa Iran na Israel na Gaza. Itakuwa noma. Na ikiwa noma, wengine they don't care. Mtu anaenda kwa street sema niue tu. See? So, brothers and sisters, this is our country. This is our country. And whatever that is in here in this country is ours. President will come and go, but hii Kenya itabaki kuwa yetu. Kizazi chako, kizazi changu kitaishi hapa, kitakuwa hapa. So let us protect whatever that we have, our dignities, our values. Mazini vitu za maana.